So just got out of one of my local thrift stores, and I went here mainly because there's so many guys I watch that talk about how they still make money on books. Now, I don't doubt it, but at the same time, for now it's got to be a mix because it is boring. Oh my gosh, it's boring. But there is money to be made in there. So I mean, I think I got, and here's, I guess the point of this is, you can't, with books, you can't go in and look for what you're interested in or anything like that. I think, and it's been said by a bunch of them, you have to go in and look at, my phone cut out. You have to go in and look at every book. The reason being is you never know what's selling, so, and what's ranked. So you really have to scan everything, and I'm just using the scanner, the Amazon seller app. I'm not using a barcode scanner, so it's really slow and it's really monotonous and it's really boring. But I spent about an hour. I'm gonna go try and do some of my other stuff that I know makes better money. For me, books, I'm still gonna try books. I just have to get into it, maybe adjust a couple things. But here's an idea. It's kind of a mix. So this book's called Dinner at Your Door. I would never, it's tips and recipes for starting a neighborhood cooking co-op. I'll make like, I think $3 or $4 on it. Laughing in the Classroom, I think, was my best one. I think I'll make $7 or $8 on it. And then the rest of these are just a couple dollars a piece. So Steve Martin, this one's like brand new almost. Born Standing Up. And then this one I've never even heard of, and I may actually read this one, called Trust Me, I'm Lying. So again, probably, I think it's like $3 that I'll make on it. And then one's Writing for Social Scientists. I only got that one. It's only like $1.50 I'll make on it, but there's hardly any of them online, and it is ranked rather high. And then the stuff, this one wasn't ranked very high. It's old. You can tell it's kind of worn, but it was cool, and it's one of those books that is really niche. So patterns for, I don't know what that word is, Guernseys, Jersey, and Irans. So it's patterns for fisherman sweaters, which is pretty cool. And I guess I'm not sure. I would assume this is one of those books that's out of print, and the people that want these, they are still going to buy them. It wasn't ranked super high. There was none available FBA. There was only one available merchant fulfilled, and I think it was like $15, and it was $2. So I don't expect it to sell fast at all, but when it does, it'll be worth it, and it's a specialty book. So what I've been focusing on is some biographies, mainly non-fiction self-help books, and then I've kind of looked for stuff like that niche market for like that sweater book. It's a very specific knitting book that, again, I think is out of print, so somebody will pick that up, and that's why you get the extra money for it. So again, I think books are worth it, even with everybody freaking out about Amazon seller fee or storage fees. If you're buying the right books with a decent turnaround, I don't think that's gonna kill your business model. And there's a couple guys out there, I mean, ReSells talks about how much he sells books, so there's money to be made in it, but I've either got to figure out the system a little better or get some more patience, because like I said, retail arbitrage is actually kind of fun, but scanning those books is a freaking nightmare. So anyway, quick update. Probably do a little bit as I find later. Have a good one. So, couple necessities. First one's caffeine. What I'm doing right now while I'm out is shipping off package to FBA. So that's the other half of it. You gotta get it, you gotta inventory it, and then you gotta get it shipped in quick as possible. It makes up for the times when you spend an hour thrifting and you don't find anything. That's what keeps you going, is while you do that, you open up your seller app and you see, oh, I have $100 and some in sales today. I've sold 12 items, and you know I have boxes getting ready to be checked in. So just keep it rolling is the way to stay motivated, I guess. Anyway, real quick, gonna go into the UPS store, and I guess I'll come back once I've got, hopefully, something cool I found today. So as I mentioned, I didn't get a whole lot at the thrift store I was at. There's another one over here I might go try. But I got a call to go look at a job up here, and there was a Big Lots nearby. Big Lots is one of the first stores I went to when I started getting into FBA just a month or so ago. Sorry. The reason I did FBA there was because I wanted to I needed some lower price items just to kind of see if it was actually going to work, which worked out well because I screwed up on the way I scanned at first and kind of ended up breaking even or losing a little bit on some products. But once I got the scan part figured out, that was resolved. But what I learned at Big Lots is something that Adam over at the Homemade Entrepreneur brought out, which is try stuff that you know about. And my family's always had dogs, and so I went to the pet section, and when the stuff I scanned in there, like everything had a high rank. So it was, as long as you had good pricing and you could make money on it, it was going to sell fairly quickly, which worked out. I mean, the first batch of dog treats I sent in, it was gone the day after it was received. So that was one of the things that really made me think that it could work. So anyway, I went to Big Lots today. I went there to that section first and looked at some other sections as well, and honestly I haven't found anything in other sections yet. If you're ungated for grocery and some other stuff, then, and maybe beauty, then Big Lots might be something there, but I haven't found anything huge at Big Lots yet. But I did find stuff like this. So this is salmon and tuna and sweet potato dog treats, $2.50, and I think they end up bringing, almost all the dog treats ended up bringing back almost double. So nothing major, but I was able to buy 10 of them, and they'll make me $3 a piece. These ones were a little better. These are Dingo, which is a good brand, and they are, this one actually makes me more. This one is $5, and I think I'll get back that plus about another $8. And then Pedigree is one that's kind of hit or miss. Some of them aren't worth anything, other ones are really good. These ones are, from what I saw, again, I think these were $3 a piece, and I'll make about another 4 on them. So again, nothing major, but all I did was scan it, grab it off the shelf. I made $40 on it. And these, honestly, these ones here, the ranking was under 10,000, which that's what all those other ones were too, and they just, I mean, they're gone as soon as they get in. So another one that I've heard from a couple sellers that are really good are puzzles. And I've looked and looked at a few places and haven't found many puzzles, but I found these two, and they're linen textured, and they were only $5 a piece. I have 2 that are this same one. Again, they were really good rank. They were below 5,000, I think, even in toys. For this particular one, it's TCG linen, and it's like $27, and I only paid $5 for it. So I'm gonna head to another place real quick. There was a thrift store over close by here, and this is an area I'm not in very often, so I'm gonna go check it out. But something I learned with the puzzles, and I need more caffeine, is that they usually, at stores like this, they've got a few things, and then, just a sec. I'm not sponsored by Rockstar, I should be. They don't have like 20 of the same puzzle that I've seen so far. They've got like 2 and 2 and 2 and 2, or, you know, 3 of 1 and 1, and they're just little random numbers. And the catch is, the one that's at the front of the stack may not be any good. It may, I mean, there was a bunch of them where you'd break even on it is all, and that's obviously not worth the time. So, but those ones I found, there was several others that were that same brand but a different picture, and they had terrible rankings, like up in the millions, and they were only, you know, $10 instead of $25. So the catch there that I think you have to do with puzzles, which those are the first 2 I've found so far, so don't take my word for this at all, but just what I found so far is that I need to, I don't want to mess up their shelves. So usually there's 2 stacks, and I just scan and move them over, and the ones that are great, like that one, I keep, and then the other ones I just put back on the shelf. But there's not really a way that I can see to be like, oh, that one. One thing I did notice, there was a store I was at the other day, and not looking back, I wish I would have bought them. I have no idea, there's no way you'd ever memorize all the artists, but if it's by Thomas Kincaid, it's generally going to have a high number. He's pretty popular, and it's going to move. But his puzzles also have a premium on them. So if you can find Thomas Kincaid, I would definitely scan that. But honestly, the higher end, nicer puzzles, I think you just are going to have to scan every one of them. So that's how it is with everything, I guess. But especially with the puzzles, that's what I saw, is those ones were not in the front, and there was only a couple of them, and they were near the back. So I just got to a Shopko here, so I'm going to go in and see if I can find something in here. I've spent about $100, and everything I've bought is double, so I've made $100 today after it's all sent in, and I'd like to get up over 200 for the day, but we'll see if it happens. Wow, this camera doesn't have as much light as I'd like, I guess. So ended up spending, gosh, probably an hour and a half in Shopko, and I did find quite a bit of stuff, enough that I'm not actually going to make it to the savers I was planning on. So I spent probably, it was $178, and it was a wide variety of stuff. Shopko has their clearance spread all over the place. Everything from weird stuff like this plastic salad jar, which is actually kind of a cool idea. They were like $4. They sell for about almost 20. These Coleman lights that stick on your tent straps, tent tie downs to keep people from tripping in camp. They were like $3.99. They sell for about 15. Again, scanned all the puzzles. Found one. It was $11. The reason I got it, still, I would make money on it regardless, because it sells for about 23. But they also had a buy one get one half off on toys, and I'm not familiar enough with toys to buy a ton of toys. Like, anyway, I'm just not familiar enough with them yet. But they had this game Pandemic, which was with the buy one get one half off. It ended up being, I'll make $12 on the puzzle, and I saved 12 on the game, which means I could make 20 on the game, but that's a game my son's wanted for quite a while, so I'll probably keep that and let him use it. I got these little block reading lights. Man, the light's bad, can't see it, but they were $3.99. They're about $15. And then there's another one that I'll do a video on. I guess the teaser is, I'll do it, see how it pans out. I bought 20 pairs of headphones. And the reason I bought them is they were all super cheap. Half of them were $3.99, half were $7.99, and one of them has a ranking that is below 3,000. And the rest of them are on Amazon, but they don't have a ranking. The only thing different is the color. So I got to looking, and the other colors seem to be listed in the wrong category. So what I'm hoping is that'll be my first kind of test into fixing a listing and adjusting that listing on those other colors to be in the same category as the color that's ranked really well, so that hopefully when people look at the one color, it'll say, oh, check out this other color. And there's only like 3 of one color in FBA, the rest aren't there. So I won't show you those right now because I'm going to take a picture of those, and if I don't get lazy, I'll make a video about how that turns out. Mainly because it's either going to go really well or it's going to go really bad. So either way, it'll be entertaining. But anyway, that's about all I got today. Again, I was looking at approximately getting back double what I spent on most of the items. And I spent 178 and then 100 at Big Lots. So 278, that's a pretty good day if I can get back double what I put in, because I want to get to where it's bringing in about 200 a day, and in order to do that, I don't want to source every day, so therefore my sources need to get a little higher, so that I can work on my other stuff as well. So anyway, that's all for sourcing. I will cut this together and try to make it not as boring. And then once these all kind of start selling, I'll do an update as to what actually happened with them. But so far it all looks pretty good. FBA is working fairly well. I pull up my phone, but I'm recording on it. But when I looked earlier today, I had, I believe, 18 sales and about almost $200 and some in product. So I'm getting close. I'm already, all that stuff I know I was into for about half of what I put in. So it's about, I made about $100 today while I was doing this stuff. So it's a slow start, but I'm still learning, and you know, I'm able to fit it in when I'm doing other work, so it's working out pretty well. If you've got any questions, put them in the comments below, and I will try and get back with them as soon as I can. Talk to y'all soon.